Y'all remember, question. Y'all remember back in the days, back in the days, right? When you think back in the days. But let me ask you, what days are we always talking about? Or what days cross your mind? Or what days do you take yourself back to when someone asks you something like that? You remember back in the days when we used to be kings? Controlling elements and shit. Do you remember that? You know, Joseph said he had a dream. He just reached the delta state, a relaxed mental state. And he said he's seen 12 stars bow to him. Now, that's not a reflection of me that I'm trying to give you. It's a reflection of you trying to give to you. Nevertheless, but see, this is why they'll tell you everything you do is ritualistic. That's what they'll tell you, right? Okay? That's what they'll tell you. But then that means you got control over everything you do. If you pick up something ritualistically and with the energy and frequency, you know, and these words that I'm using right now, energy and frequency, is like fucked off. And you know why I know that it's fucked off? But we're gonna stay with it, okay, for now. So that's not what I'm trying to, get you to see. But it's fucked off because frequency and stuff like this, right? Check this out. When you say a word, the definition becomes a condition. To define something becomes a confinement. All right? Confinement, mental. Okay? And you know how I know? And regardless of what any word says, regardless of what language you want to put it in, or land which you want to use, because I look at the energy. The energy says you use the path of less resistance. You put resistance as soon as you add a word. As soon as you add any word, you put resistance on the flow, because the flow is without resistance. Speed is only in agility that comes along with the energy that your body will give you to be fast as you need to be at the time it needs to be present. Nevertheless, I'll be doing this, and I don't call it Tai Chi, and I don't call it Chi, and I'm not trying to change anything that you have looked and seen elsewhere is named Chi, because I just explained to you, these are words with restrictions and conditions. And I'm just removing the restrictions and the conditions like I learned how to do it. You know what I'm saying? From a so-called master teacher. And he's teaching me to master myself in thought, body, mind, without conditions, all right? And shit like that. But anyway, less resistance is the path. It's the narrow path. Wide is the gate. It's broad type of shit going on. It's a lot of masses. And they all focus on like 4 or 5 different fucking roads. And they all on them. And they all, but that's cool for them. And it'll be cool regardless. When I look at diversity, I love it. You know why? Because it's variety. I can learn from anything. Anyone. You know what I'm saying? Anyone. Even if it takes me some time to stop to stop myself from becoming mad at their ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, depending on what's going on. You know. Anyway. So I learned from what they say, frequency. No, the path of less resistance. You know, what they teach is Ohm's law and all this type of stuff, and resistance. You know, supposed to be fat. You know, all these names are cool. You know, but I just understand that not only do we know that the way we've been taught in schooling is cool for the matrix. It is cool for them to pre-program your ass on how to think and what to think. You know, that's including every race, all right? That don't look in, and the role model can only be what causes things to function. And what we have found in their vocabulary is frequency. Energy moves it all, right? Energy. That's, to me, a master teacher. And the energies are locked in animals, you know what I'm saying? They're locked inside because they act by instinct. So if we teach them, not teach them, but if we learn from them and we let them guide us on the way they respond to certain things, they become a master teacher to us, you know. The dolphin has taught certain people much. The bee has taught certain people a lot, okay? Nevertheless, I think we can only teach each other, okay, to think independently and differently, because inside of that diversity, right, is a university, or these are the words that we have to go on that I'm using, but I want you to always think of each word more profoundly. That's the only way you're going to broaden the reality beyond this physical one, or this illusionary one that they're trying to get you to accept as a true reality, you know? I know all of you out there is not my friend, and I'm not here to make friends, neither are you, and you should have learned that a long time ago. Now, and I say that because, I don't have nothing else to do, you know, and I don't claim it to be my purpose, you know. I don't look at a purpose, you know what I'm saying? I look at it as energy, life force is always going to remain. Life force, okay? All right? And you use these vessels that we may be placed into without the understanding of why we are here. Why are you here? You know, we think it's to have a Benz, a nice house, and roll out on a motherfucker when they get out of pocket. Oh, that's what this shit is about. Really. No. Oh, this shit is about going to the stores, spending money that you got to work so long in the day that you got to give your child or place your child in the hands, in the energy centers of others. For that, You're not able to go to an apple tree and pick off apples and eat them for free. You're not able to plant your own shit like it used to be. You're not able to do this. That means that the soil is bad. Simple. The frequency of the energy here is bad. So you just go to the energy center that responds in the manner in which you wish it to operate. You know? And you can take that on many levels. But back to what I was getting at. Because that's frequency too. See, frequency can't exist outside of, no, I'll give you a better one. Energy has momentum, velocity, and all that, all right? But it has different frequencies to the energy. You already know that. If a person is like this, you can tell the energy. If a person is like, you can tell that energy. You don't have to say nothing. You know, you don't have to say anything to pick up one's energy. You know, and it's not really the eyes that's seeing it, because you're not seeing with these eyes. Trust and believe that shit. I explain that shit. You should know that shit. I ain't explaining shit. Nevertheless, listen. All right, now, frequency, these words going back to being confinements, you know what I'm saying? Blockages, you know, stoppages and shit. You know, it's not allowing the energy to flow when you say 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Okay, if a clock went like this, guess what? You couldn't read it. So what the fuck you talking totally about? Anyway, what you're doing is setting programs on all these fucking words. Listen, give you a better description. A better description real quick, right? Check this out. We say, and by the way, I'm working out, you know what I'm saying? And I'm giving, to let you know if you are studying what I'm trying to relay to a frequency to the people, you know what I mean? Any people, you know, you can see that your movements won't be wrong. Or if you think I'm not doing it right, I'm not doing it right. I'm just doing it in order to find the easier route without resistance. You know what I'm saying? Because I could do this forever. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this. And this is what you try to find out throughout your life. So your magnetic field can be up to par. And motherfuckers cannot really fuck with you. And you can't be surrounded by motherfuckers that's always gonna fuck with you. No. You have to remove yourself from that shit. Because that right there, in that shit, their magnetism is more powerful than your shit. So, you increase your own, motherfucker. And your choices, your thoughts, you know what I mean, should be not error-free, okay? I don't really know what that fucking word is trying to put me in, what type of dimension or what type of definition that motherfucker want me to accept with that shit, but it is not that. Anyway, these words, if our ancients, all right, better description now, if our ancients was not using vowels, right? If we wasn't using vowels, then you couldn't have a language that really understood. It wouldn't sound right. So since it didn't sound right, what's close now that sounds like that, or where can we get those sounds from? Have you ever thought about that? Where could you get, check this out, I'm gonna get to the point. When a man and woman are copulating, or whatever you want to word you want to say, all right, creating their, sharing their life force energy, all right, check this out. You ever listen to them sounds you be doing, and she be doing? You ever listen to them sounds? You know that energy that carries about behind those sounds is whirlwinds. You talking about mitochondria. Motherfucker, I don't think you understand. You know what I'm saying? Look. The path of least resistance. Okay? And in all those paths, you don't even need a partner. You can do certain things just like I'm doing. And it's still, you moving the so-called kundalini. Listen. So anyway, back to these sounds. The sounds, you know, sometimes you be in this so good and everything's going so, and feels so, hear these words again, wonderful. You almost make up a fucking language. And I ain't gonna try to be the comedian too much right now. But you get my drift? You make up a motherfucking language. She do too. Right? Now, with that energy, what about the focus? But the focus is fucked all off. Don't know what the fuck you're thinking about. Except this, what's going on here. No, that's undirected. That's a laser off course. Missing everything because the laser creates the damn beams that you see. Nevertheless, expound on that, marinate. But I'm gonna get back with y'all, all right? I just wanted to drop something because it's been a minute. And keep this in mind. Just use the path of least resistance. You should not be forcing a damn thing because that's diminishing your life force energy. All right, for real, for real. And if you start with this, and see, I know why the Chinese do it slow now. Think about it. Nevertheless, but when I looked at them, and see, it can look all crazy, it doesn't matter. You know, look, this is being a wave form. We are the particle, okay? Now, this is creating a wave form. You got to draw the lines. These are the lines you're drawing in the pathways that you know about. All right, you setting apart. And plus, you're not even doing it. You just learn how to move in a circle, which is less resistance. See, I'm not putting no force in this like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not putting no force in that. That's no force. I'm not getting tired. My energy actually increases and is stored in the so-called melanites. Nevertheless, I'm not no fucking superhero. I'm 1,000 times greater, motherfucker, because my imagination supersedes the shit you've seen. And I've seen. I know you better. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about? I think I said I was going to go about 7 dang minutes ago. So I'm going to just leave it there. Y'all take care. Peace. And you know the word. It is, what's the word? What's the word, yo? Nevertheless, continue.